Hello everyone, Mr. Shepherd here again with some more maths, and we're just going to do a quiz first of all to see what we've remembered about direction. Okay, so in which direction is the arrow pointing? So have a think, which way is that pointing? Think about your writing hand that you write with. If you don't know this one, okay, then you should be able to realise whether it's left or right. Okay, it is pointing to the left. Okay, which direction are these arrows pointing? What's the first one here? Where's that pointing? That's pointing, we say that's up, and this one is pointing then down, okay? Circle the shape that is moving to the left. Which shape is moving to the left? Is it the square or is it the triangle? Okay, it's a square that's moving to the left. All right. Now, true or false? The star is to the left of the triangle. Okay, let's find the triangle. The star is here. So where is it in relation to the triangle? Which way is it? So it's to the left of the triangle. Okay, so it is true. Star is to the left of the triangle. Circle is to the right of the rectangle. Where's the rectangle? Where's the circle? Now, if the star's to the left of the triangle, that's heading this way. And so this way is going to be right, isn't it? So it's true. Okay, the circle is to the right of the rectangle. The rectangle is to the left of the star. Is the rectangle to the left of the star? There's a rectangle. There's a star. So no, we couldn't say it's to the left of the star, could we? It's above the star. So it's false. The moon is to the right of the triangle. Triangle's here. The moon's here. So the moon is in this direction from the triangle. Is that to the right of the triangle? Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Our work today is to tell the time, okay? And what our success criteria are going to be is we're going to know that a clock is made up of 4 quarters, that a clock is made up of 2 halves, and that time is read past the hour and to the hour. Here's some questions for us. How many seconds are there in a minute? How many seconds are there in a minute? Who knows this? There are 60 seconds in a minute. How many minutes are there in an hour? How many minutes are there in an hour? There's 60 minutes in an hour. How many minutes are there in quarter of an hour? Well, we might not know this, but we should know it by the end, okay? There are 15 minutes in quarter of an hour. How many minutes are there in half an hour? Well, if there's 15 minutes in a quarter, we've got to double that. So it's going to be 30 minutes in half an hour. Okay, clock face is a full circle which is made up of 4 quarters. So when we're talking about a quarter, that's something divided into 4. We've got 1 quarter here, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters. Okay, how many minutes make up quarter of an hour? We just talked about it before, but let's have another look. So every one of these intervals is 5 minutes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we count 5, 10, 15, and that's 1 quarter. Okay, so a quarter of an hour is 15 minutes. Okay, how many minutes make up quarter of an hour? We've done that. There are 15 minutes in quarter of an hour. Yes, we know. Okay, when we tell the time, we either say it is past or to the hour, and the hour is determined by our minute hand as it travels around. If it's pointing at the 12, we know that's o'clock, and so we're on the hour. Okay, so an hour, our hour is determined by the minute hand. Okay, this side is past. Okay, this side is past the hour. This side is to the hour. Okay, now if we're just to here, to the 3, we say that's quarter past. If we're here, we say that's quarter to. Now, when I was in school, we used to get taught that the 12, you could think of the 12 as a monster. And I think that anything that I still remember from when I was in school, it must have stuck. So I think they're probably good things to tell you about, okay? So we're going to think of this as a monster, the 12, okay? Now, obviously, as our minute hand travels around, it travels around in this direction. Now, as it comes along here, we're past the monster, aren't we? Okay, we're past the monster, past the monster, past the monster. As soon as we get to the halfway point, we're now going to the monster, aren't we? As soon as we get past the 30, now, even that tiny bit here, we're on our way to the monster. So we're to the monster, to the monster, to the monster, to the monster. Then we're at the O clock, so it's right on the monster, on the O clock. And then as soon as we get 1 minute past him, we're past the monster again, okay? We're back, we're heading away from him again, okay? We're heading away from him, so we're past him, past him, past him, past him, past him, past him. Now we're heading towards him. So as we go past the 30, we're going to the monster. We're going two. And now when we're on the monster, we're on 12 o'clock. We're on the O clock. And 1 minute 2 is still to the monster. Now, as soon as we go past him, 1 minute past, we're past the monster, okay? So that's a good little way that you can remember it, okay? Past on this side, 2 on this side. As soon as we get past the 30, we're on our way to the monster. As soon as we pass the 12, we're past the monster, okay? Past the monster, to the monster, okay? So we'll see if we can remember that. All right, look at this time. We've got our big hand or our minute hand is pointing to the 3, okay? Our small hand or our short hand or our hour hand is past the 1 here, okay? Not quite to the middle, but sort of halfway between the middle and the 1. So what time do we call this? Okay, the big hand is pointing at the 3, which is in the first quarter. Okay, where is the small hand pointing? Small hand, is it on a number? No, it's not. It's actually quarter of the way between 1 and 2. Okay, so our hour hand, you remember, our hour hand takes a whole hour to travel from one number to the next. Right, it takes an entire hour to get from this number to this number. Now, in the time that it's doing that, our minute hand is going all the way around the clock. Okay, it'll do a full revolution back to the 60 in an hour. Okay, but at the moment, and as it does that, you can imagine this little hour hand just creeping along, creeping along, creeping along. And when it gets to halfway, when the minute hand gets to halfway around, our hour hand's directly between the two numbers. Okay, but at the moment, our minute hand is at quarter, what is it, past or to? There's a monster. Are we past him or are we going to him? Okay, it's quarter past, isn't it? Okay, so our hour hand at the moment is quarter of the way past the 1 on its way to the 2. Okay, so we call that quarter past 1. Okay, all right. What time is it showing now? Is it quarter past or is it quarter to? Have a think. Now, if our monster's here, are we past the monster or are we going to the monster? Remember, we're traveling in this direction all the time. We're on our way to the monster, aren't we? Okay. Now, can you guess what we call this? If we call this quarter past on this side, what would we call it on this side? We call it quarter to. Okay, so when the big hand's on the 9, we're going to the monster. We've got quarter of an hour to go, which is 15 minutes to go till we're at the monster. Okay, we call that quarter to.